Today, I'd like to take you through Enforcement Mechanism 7. It's the last enforcement mechanism put in place in the Digital Bill of Rights. And it's at the bottom here, and it's constitutional protection. This bill operates as constitution level legislation superior to ordinary statutes. And we discussed this right at the beginning when I started talking about the Digital Bill of Rights and how fundamentally it was really important that we had it at a constitutional level. This is our constitutional right. And it is superior to any statute that is put through by government. So amendment requirements. If anything needed to be amended in the Bill of Rights, 2/3 majority has to be in Parliament. So for an amendment to be made to the Bill of Rights, and this is where the enforcement mechanism comes in, 2/3 majority has to be in agreement in Parliament, which means that one party with their overall agenda being kind of driven by the puppeteers that pull the strings cannot make decisions. It has to be a 2/3 majority in Parliament. Amendment requirements are approval in 2 separate sessions at least 6 months apart. So if a change needs to be made, it will be heard, and then it will be heard again. So there will be 2 separate sessions, and those sessions will be 6 months apart. Okay. Mandatory 90-day public consultation. So if a change is to be made, it has to be put through not just government, not just 2/3 majority in Parliament, not just 2 separate sessions, but also 3 months worth of consultation with you and me. We have to be able to have our say. We have to be able to say what we think when it comes to any amendments to the Digital Bill of Rights, because this is constitutional protection. And an independent constitutional review. So aside from government, aside from the different sessions to get things changed, aside from a public consultation, there will also be an independent constitutional review, which means, are any of the changes that are being made to the Digital Bill of Rights affecting our constitutional protections? And that has to be determined by an independent review. So we now have 3 levels of requirements in order to make a change to the Digital Bill of Rights as it stands. So 2/3 majority in Parliament, and that would then go through 2 separate sessions in order for that majority to be right. Mandatory 90-day public consultation, so that's Parliament, that's public, and independent constitutional review as well. Okay, so statutory interpretation. Courts must interpret all legislation consistently with this bill. In case of conflict, this bill prevails. Ambiguity is resolved in favour of individual liberty. So if at any point something goes through the court and the court is, oh, well, we're not sure if this is infringed upon an article within the Bill of Rights, that not sure must always fall on the side of individual liberty, because that's what the Digital Bill of Rights is about. It's about protecting your and my individual liberty, the rights and the freedoms and the constitutional framework that we have as citizens in this country that is slowly being eroded away by our government. So that is enforcement mechanism 7.